Hi all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aisha Mandisa. Wherever you are, I hope that you are well and doing good because the pandemic is here. It is everywhere, coronavirus, COVID-19, and it is affecting us all. And like everyone else, is definitely affecting us artists. So this video, I want to speak to ways that we can pretty much adapt to the changing times because we don't know how long this will last. We don't know if it will end in a month, it will end in a year. I'm praying that I would like it to be over like yesterday, but that is not realistic. Right now we need to adapt to the change that has come to us, that has been brought upon us, and seek to do better. Coronavirus is pretty much taking over everything. You see stocks tumbling and pretty much people going out of work, people being put in quarantine and isolation, no cash flows, and as if artists didn't use this struggle or have to deal with bad cash flow problems already. So definitely one thing I would suggest for us right now is to cut the spending. Right here in Barbados, we have just had confirmed cases and things are looking a bit more dark as it relates to production of events. A few can still happen once they are under 100, but for the most part all the larger festivals and carnivals crop over may or may not be in jeopardy. It might be scaled down, and any scaling of any festival, any sort of way, any cancellation of events affects a whole host of people, and definitely us artists that are part of the gig economy, the entertainment industry, creative industries, cultural industries. We are definitely going to be impacted, and I would say even more so because unlike other businesses and whatnot where they're accustomed to having some financial literacy, we are now getting up there in terms of learning how to separate monies, know how to pay yourself and put some for the business and put some for savings. So we pretty much get lump sums and then put it back out with no real guidance of how to make our money work for us, and that is something that we need to work on. Definitely these things are showing that, but for now what you can do is to cut spending and in all kinds of areas. So for me personally, let's say I had this big grand plan to shoot a video in some elaborate place, I wouldn't be shooting videos now. Like, that is so costly at this point. Even if you need to shoot the video, I would definitely scale it down because that is a lot of money. Yes, it is an investment, but the problem is we do not know when this virus will end. So right now it may seem like an investment or something that you can put down, but that upfront cost will hurt in the end because you don't know when this thing will go away, how long it will last, and what effect it will have or continue to have on the nation. And right now things are looking very, very bleak. We have cruise liners that are not sailing. Definitely airlines were one of the first stop travel. We have the biggest carnivals, Jamaica Carnival in Bahamas, being postponed, and that affects so many people here in Barbados. Oysters Fish Festival is postponed. As I said before, we don't know what is the status with crop over because that usually starts a bit later down, but I'm pretty sure it will be affected as well. And because of this, that means the money that usually is passed around will either be no more or be very, very, very little in comparison to what it was. So you need to prepare and adapt to the change. There's no sense going about things as if they were once the same way. That will make no sense. So cut the spending, elaborate videos. No, say if you can cut the eating out, you shouldn't be out anyhow, and cut your travel. If you really need to go somewhere and a partner's going somewhere, little things that they will tell you in terms of carpooling, but try to cut your expensive. Don't go buying any equipment, or focus on your basic needs. And if you don't know what those are, you can look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Are not really just food, water, sanitary needs, those very basic needs are what you need to concentrate on right now. All the elaborate outfits and glitters and the makeup and the hairdos, yes, you want to look good, but make sure that it is cost effective. And we're planning for a 3-month period, while the government is planning to, be very strict within a 3-month period. They're saying 12 weeks. So if it is 3 months, I will plan for 6, because it will take time to return to some state of normalcy if it stays within that 3-month plan, and then state of normalcy for the nation, and then you still have to wait on things to get back for then you to be put in place, you being us artists. So definitely cut the spending. During this down period, it really hit home for me to have something of your own and not be always reliant on a phone call to say, look, we have a gig for you, we have a performance for you, want you to go somewhere. Try to have something of your own. Brainstorm an idea, do some preliminary research so that you can have something you can invest in. And this is not anything new, this is something that celebrities all over the world do. And it was because, for many reasons, one particularly, like if you lose your voice, if you lose a finger, if you're an artist, and it affects how you normally produce your art, you still need to live, you still need to be able to provide for your family. So having something else that brings in income on your behalf while you're out doing something else is definitely needed. So while you are not gigging as regularly as you would have been, take the time to think about something you can either invest in, whether it be business or something that you can create outside of your art, your regular art. And again, some people are passionate and that's all that they want to do, but that thinking needs to, be bettered. You still need something other than being dependent on a phone call from somebody. Even if you put yourself in a position where you are the person doing the phone calls, migrate forward, migrate backward, do something apart from just having to wait on somebody to say, we want you to provide a service in terms of your art. And that is very important. So cut the expenses, brainstorm a new idea. Definitely you can take this time to practice. Some of us put off practicing because you're so busy gigging. And refresh your branding, look into what you want to look like, refresh your sound, use the time to create more and spend time with families. But don't think of it as, oh my god, don't get depressed and down and sad like money coming in and what I'm going to do. Spend less, cut back. Don't worry about what other people are doing, because you do not know what they have been doing. You don't know how they're getting through. Worry about yourself. And it's not a one size fits all situation. You have to look at what you have right now and try to figure out how it will work for you. And it will definitely try to do that over the next 6 months. It is a long period of time, but it's definitely needed. So right now, be the best money manager you can be, because we do not know when it will end. It is very uncertain time period. So take the time now to either fake it till you make it. Say no, I can't buy this. Do the very basic needs, because you do not know when next you're going to get that call to say, look, are we ready now? People are coming on. Even if you get the call to come out, there's no guarantee that audiences will be there, because people have their own preference. They need to feel safe, they need to feel secure. Hopefully it returns to that state pretty soon, but there's no guarantee. Lastly, I would say this is the time to capitalize on your social media presence. You have so many options. There's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. You have IG stories, whether it be main channels, you can go live. There's so many ideas. All of the streaming platforms, get your stuff online. There are certain businesses that will still operate online. There's YouTube. Make use of the online services that you can still connect with your families, connect with your audience. You can still network there. And this would be a great time to read a few articles on branding and marketing and seeing different ways that you can go about communicating with your audience and your fan base. And you never know, it might open up better opportunities for you, and you might find another interest in certain ways. But now it's a definite time to connect via online services via social media. You know, you can post at certain times of the day, give them different types of content. So whether it just be a quote, you can give a video, a cover, a performance. There are certain places where people pay to watch you perform in like a studio setup services like that. Online platform, have any kind of online platform presence that you can have right now in this very moment. But don't be annoying, like you don't want it to seem like you really pushing it. You don't want it to seem not organic. You don't want it to seem out of character, like, oh my god, look at me. Like, I mean, some people will take to that as well, because some people just love who they love, and it don't matter how much times you come up on their feed. But put you first, be authentic about it, and it does not have to be only a display of your art. It could be a story you want to share about your personal life, but use this time to connect to your audience. It will be a trying time, a challenging time, depending on where you are in terms of your financial stability, but we can make it through. You just need to prepare. So spend less, definitely spend less. Be the best money manager you can be for at least the next 6 months. Read up on ways to communicate with your audience, some marketing. There are all kinds of clips, there are all kinds of videos available. Definitely put that social media presence up there. Brainstorm other ideas that can support you should you not be able to continue in the field that you're currently in. I get that we're passionate, but some things you have to do other things. Nobody stays one-dimensional and really makes it. You have to be able to do some of everything. It is very important to the longevity of your livelihood, not only your career. And definitely wash your hands off in your elbow. If you have tissue and you're walking with tissue, if you can't dispose it, find a bag to put it in and then dispose and wash your hands after. Be genuinely cautious. Do not go about buying everything. Think of others, and we can make it through. The key is to adapt to the change and not continuously do the things the same way, because it will make no sense and it will hurt you and your business, and then obviously your livelihood. Take action now to make sure that 6 months down the road you will not have to be begging and in a depressive state, because going from gigging regularly to getting one gig or getting no gigs is a very shocking experience, and it can be very depressing. We want to not have that. So adapt to the change, do what you can do with what you have, and make it work for you, and wash your hands. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.